Hi, it's Paul with RackOutfitters.com, here to show you the Thule 527 Paceline fork mount bike carrier. And here we have it installed on a set of Thule Aeroblade Edge load bars. The mounting hardware, however, will accommodate a wide range of different roof rack crossbars, all of Thule's, most aftermarket and factory crossbars. The way it attaches is it uses universal mounting hardware that is held in place with a simple quick release lever and wing nuts in the back. I'll go ahead and take it off just so you can see how easily that's done. You simply loosen up the wing nuts, and with the wing nuts loosened just a little bit, you can actually detach this underbar plate without having to disconnect it completely. And so the whole rack comes off in just a matter of seconds. Lifts off the back and lifts off the front. So that's how quickly it can be removed. And then to reinstall it, same thing in reverse. You'll notice on the front how it has multiple positions for the height. There's 3 different positions to accommodate different thicknesses of load bars. And to further adjust it, you just simply turn this knob here, and that allows you to get the fine tension, exactly the right amount of tension for you. So that snaps in place, and then this top lever closes it, and it gives it a very secure attachment onto the load bar. And then back towards the back again, to reattach the mounting hardware. You'll notice that it's has very generous padding, rubber padding, so it won't harm the finish on your load bars. That's for the top and bottom connection points. So it's meant to provide grip and protection to your load bars. And then it slides right back into place without having to take the wing nuts completely off. And then once again, when that's snug, you've got a very secure fit to the bar. Okay, so some other features that are noteworthy on this rack is the closure at the front where you open and close it. That is actually what grips the tips of the fork. And the closure, this closure and these the fasteners here can be adjusted with this internal dial, and that's what allows you to get just the right amount of tension on the fork tips. And when you close that, that's what gives it the final grip. And we'll go ahead and demonstrate loading a bike on so you can see exactly how that functions. Also, you'll notice over to the side here, this is a lock housing that will accommodate a lock cylinder from Thule, a one-key system lock cylinder. You'll have one on this side as well as on the opposite side, since this same bike mount can be positioned on either side of the vehicle. In this case, this one just has a plug in it, whereas this one, we remove the plug and we'll install a lock cylinder so you can see that that's an option for security. And it's important to know that when you have this closed, you cannot lift this back portion here, which would allow detachment from the load bar. So when you have this the lock cylinder installed, that would prevent you from removing the bike and also removing the carrier from the bar. Towards the back here, we'll show you how the rear wheel is held. There's a sliding rear wheel holder. So it sits on this D-shaped aluminum tray. This tray is designed for strength, so there's very little flex in it. So even if you have a fair amount extended past the rear bar, you're going to have very little flex in that tray, so that makes the bike more stable. But this rear wheel holder can go all the way to the end for a very long wheelbase bike, and then it can go right over the top of the load bar if necessary for a very short wheelbase bike. So there's no interference between the hardware that's holding the carrier to the bars and the hardware that holds the rear wheel on. And it's a very simple ratcheting hardware that simply just slides inside the buckle, and you tighten it and you release it like that. And you have rubber there to give added protection to the rim that it's gripping to. It has another buckle on the opposite side, so if you want to pull out some of that excess slack, you can do so from both sides. Or for that matter, remove it and flip it around so that this whole carrier can be positioned on the opposite side. So we'll go ahead and open this up and get the rack prepared to accept loading a bicycle. So I'll go ahead and open up that. At this time, we'll also go ahead and install the lock cylinder. Now, a lock cylinder is completely optional. However, it's a strong theft deterrent. What we have here is a Thule lock cylinder, and then this is a Thule installation key. That's its only purpose, is just for the install of a lock cylinder. So we'll insert it into the housing and then remove the key, and now it's a fully functional security. You have the option to lock it. So that's in the locked position, that's in the unlocked position. Of course, we'll leave it in the unlocked position, load up a bike, and we'll go from there. When we load up a bike, we also want to make sure, at least the very first time, that the position here for the fork tips is plenty wide. That way you're not having to adjust that while you're trying to set the forks down onto the carrier. So I'll go ahead and load a bike. The first step in loading a bike is you get the rear wheel into that rear wheel holder, and then as you do that, you move your hand from the rear towards the front and get the bike vertical, and there it's engaged into the clamp mechanism. And then we'll do a trial that has some grip but not quite enough, so we'll go ahead and turn that to tighten it a little bit more. And now we've got a good firm grip. There's no slip whatsoever. And now I'll go ahead and turn this from the unlock to the lock position. And that does not allow for the opening of that or removal of the carrier from the bar. So back here to the rear, we want this rear wheel strap to be below the center of the rear wheel. So we'll just move it just a little bit more right there. And then run this ratchet down. There's the rubber again to provide protection to the rim. Just get a firm grip on it, and you can see, I'll shake the whole vehicle. You'll see how there's no movement. It's a very firm connection to the bike, very safe to transport your bike. So those are all the primary features of the Thule 527 Paceline fork mount bike carrier. This product, along with a full line of Thule products, is available at Rack Outfitters, and thanks for watching.